We got us a corpse and cartridge occasion.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I will be hosting another discussion of Tekken characters. I talked about the male side of this poll already, but there's a second one. Also posted by someone who got deleted. Don't know if they got banned. Don't know if they just deleted their account. But they asked a question about the men. Now they're doing one for the girls, the women. Best girls for Tekken 7 to keep going into the future. Out of these 6 characters, if you were to put the future of the Tekken, franchise on their shoulders, who would carry it the best? 764 votes on this one. It's almost double or triple the size of the men's poll, but the winner of this, 295 votes, Lydia Sobieska, or as I like to call her, Lita. Lita. I like Lita. I feel like I always have to say this. There's a distinction between Tekken characters. Story and gameplay. A lot of people say, hey, Moonsault, why don't you hate Tekken? Why don't you talk trash about the characters and the balancing and the overpoweredness? And honestly, I used to do that. I used to hyper focus on how powerful, how strong characters used to be. But the reason why I gave up is because, one, the community can't agree themselves whether or not a character is balanced. The community lies to themselves. When Lita first came out, everyone swore up and down this character was balanced. But it wasn't until Frame Whisper and Main Man Sui made a video almost a year later and said these two were broken, then everyone was like, yes, they are broken. You wonder why these characters don't get nerfed, don't get balanced properly? It's because you guys are waiting. What are you waiting for? The first day these characters come out, we need to be, studying whether or not these characters is good, bad, broken, whatever. Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about the Tekken community, right? The Street Fighter 6 had a beta for like 3 days or something like that. By the end of the beta, you had content creators creating a tier list. You had S, A, B, all that stuff. But the Tekken community, when they're doing tier lists and judging characters on how powerful they are, it takes a whole year. How? Street Fighter, they can judge these things in 3 days in a beta. A character comes out, one character, and it takes us a year. I'm getting off topic, but it really is a problem. I don't know. I'm off of that subject. What I really like about Lita is she is one of the first government officials who's stepping into the ring. She did not like what Heihachi was doing in Poland, and she told him to stop. He did not. She showed up prepared for combat and for war. Heihachi's gone. Heihachi's dead. All eyes is now on Kazuya and Jin. What I really want from this character is accountability. The Mishima Zaibatsu, G Corporation, the Devil Gene carriers, they have been doing whatever they want. And they've been going unchallenged, at least up until Tekken 7. I really hope they make Lita powerful. I did a poll whether or not you want this character to be powerful, and most people said she should be average strength. I think this would be the biggest mistake Tekken can make. If I was Harada, I would make her just as powerful as Paul Phoenix, and I would have her go to town on Jin and Kazuya. Really push these guys to the limits. We saw in Tekken 8, Jin is sort of mastering the Devil Gene. Can we all agree that he pretty much mastered it? He summoned one wing. We never seen that. I think he mastered it. What if Lita is the character that pushes him to that level, right? Think about the Super Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z. Goku fought Frieza. His battle with Frieza is what pushed him to become a Super Saiyan. That super intense fight, losing his friends, losing his allies, he became a better fighter because of it. Lita can be what Frieza was for Goku, but for Jin. Making her average strength would really be a mistake, because my whole thing is, if this character really is average strength, why are you showing up to the tournament then? Instead of showing up to the tournament, just stay in your office and use your military. You're a leader with an army. If you cannot fight, don't. Be strategic. But the fact that she is coming out of office, she go all the way from Poland, all the way to Japan to try and fight Heihachi. To me, that shows some kind of strength, some kind of force, some kind of power. I hope they do justice with this character. Harada said already that this character will play a big role in the story. That's why she's a prime minister, and I hope they stay true to that. She's the winner of this poll. The community definitely wants to see something great out of this character. Even though if they tell themselves they don't want her to be on the level of Paul Phoenix, I think deep down inside, we all do. We want to see her fight Jin. We want to see a great battle. Next up on the list, 195 votes, Kunimitsu number 2. When Kunimitsu released, I was the biggest Kunimitsu hater. I hated this character so much. 2 reasons. 1, the gameplay is atrocious. If I had to say which character is the best character in Tekken 7 right now, I would say either Claudio, Kunimitsu, but I'm a scrub, so don't listen to me. Wait for the main man Sweet to tell you which character is powerful. Story of Kunimitsu. I give her the benefit of the doubt because we haven't really got much in terms of story. I did hate on this character a lot because she kind of cut off the original Kunimitsu story. The original Kunimitsu at the time of Tekken 7, she is just laying in bed sick on her last, you kind of could say the dying breath. I will be heartbroken if we do not get to hear from the original Kunimitsu before she is killed off. Whether we could get a scene of Kunimitsu and original Kunimitsu talking to each other, or maybe in a hypothetical what if scenario, Yoshimitsu can somehow talk to her. I think that would be really cool, but that's just me being a super diehard Yoshi and Kuni fan. Kunimitsu number 2, whether or not she's more powerful than Yoshimitsu is undecided. All we have to go off of is the trailer where she not only beat up Master Raven, but she also beat up Yoshimitsu. Think about that. Even though it's not canon, she beat up Master Raven. Master Raven is on par with Dragunov. Would you consider Dragunov average power level, or would you consider him above average? I know he's not on a level of Brian Fury, but the fact that Kunimitsu is possibly stronger than all of them, you would place her really, really high up on the tier list of power, at least above Dragunov and Master Raven and Yoshi, right? So what I would like to see out of Kunimitsu is just development. I don't know what they can do or how they can do it, but I really just want to see them do something. The fact that the original Kunimitsu was squandered 10 plus, 15 plus years of nothing out of that character, they have to do something with this one. Whether they actually have her take the sword from Yoshimitsu, whether she really kills Master Raven, I honestly would want her to kill Yoshimitsu, as in a new Yoshimitsu steps up. We have a younger Yoshimitsu, and then we can watch that character grow. We can watch both of them, Yoshimitsu and Kunimitsu, both of them rise up together. And who knows, maybe somewhere down the line they could become allies. Because at the end of the day, Kunimitsu and Yoshimitsu was always meant to be allies. Their name even says it. So I think it would be kind of cool to tie those 2 characters back into one another at some point. Right now they have a lot of business to discuss and to, especially if she's going to be coming after the sword, right? But let's move on. Katarina, 46 votes. Katarina is honestly what I do not like about the female characters. A pretty face, nice body, no story, basic gameplay. That's all that she is. One of the things about Katarina, if you go back to like season 2, the start of season 3, she was definitely one of the best characters to fight against, in my opinion. The fact that she has 333, 444, these very basic strings, you can learn Tekken. You can learn what not to do, what to do. Now all the characters in Tekken has gotten so much more powerful, so she can landslide you, but still, I would say Katarina is one of the best characters to fight against. And honestly, I think that phrase is not appreciated enough in Tekken. Tekken is a dance between 1 and 2 characters. The sign of a great character, at least in my opinion, is a character that's really fun to play with, but also against. So many characters in Tekken is only fun to play with, and the other person is suffering. Katarina is not one of those, and I do appreciate that. Master Raven is next up on this list, and honestly, she used to be the same as Katarina. Really fun to play against. You can learn a lot of things, but now the power is too much. And I think the devs are realizing this because she recently got nerfed. I really can't put focus on Master Raven, but I think all of the characters need to be nerfed. In Tekken 7, the power level is just so high. So high. I can't wait for Tekken 8. We definitely need a restart on the power level. In terms of story, I talked about Master Raven in a very recent video, so I won't go super into detail. But once again, all I want out of this character is development. Bring back the original Raven. If not, if you are going to replace Raven, make it worth it. The same with Kunimitsu. If you're going to replace the original, then make it worth it. That's all I ask. Worth, value, please. Next up, you have Lucky Chloe. This is the character. Lucky Chloe is really cool. Gameplay and story. I know I talk very highly of Lucky Chloe, and a lot of people say, why? Why don't you hate her? The only thing that I hate, all caps, about Kunimitsu is the damage. If the damage was cut in half for her combos, this character would be really cool in my opinion. I feel like this is another character where people hate her just because the pros hate her. You know what's really funny about this character? Our son Ash was playing Lucky Chloe, and for that split second, everyone loved this character. Kaiser plays Lucky Chloe. Whenever he shows up on stage, everyone loves this character. But other than that, everyone hates this character. And I think that speaks to the real fan base of this character. People want this character to be something special, but then when you fight them yourselves, and also Eddie's story plays a big role in this, but those two things really drag down this character. They have to separate her from Eddie immediately if they want to save this character. And then also, in Tekken 8, bring her damage down. That's the only two requests that I have. I really like her though. I really like her. I think she has a place in Tekken, and you know, what else can I say? I'm a simp. So be it. Final character on this list, Josie. Now, Bruce, Fakamram, you had that whole little trio of hatred. Everyone hates the other and they love their character. Josie, honestly, her story is kind of lackluster. This character wants to be a soldier for the Mishima Zaibatsu, and I don't really see no future in that. I don't really see this character making it all the way up the ranks and, you know, hanging out with Jin and Kazuya without being forced. You talk about a character being shoehorned into a story. That's the only way she would realistically make it up the ranks that fast. And then two, on the flip side, even if she is a part of the Mishima Zaibatsu, what are you gonna do? What is your goals, your objective? What they could do with this character is kind of like the same thing they're doing with Lucky Chloe, where Lucky Chloe right now has the potential to show us the insides of G Corporation. She can show us the structure, the foundation, how everyone reacted to finding out that Kazuya was a devil. Yes, the CEOs, the high-ups may know this, but do the soldiers, do the office workers, do the security guard at the door, when they say, "Hello, Mr. Mishima," do they know he's a demon? They can give us that aspect of the character. At the same time, you can show how the Mishima Zaibatsu also responded to Kazuya being a demon, also responding to Jin suddenly coming out of hiding after causing World War III, vanishing, and now suddenly showing up to reclaim the throne. You can show us how the soldiers feels about these things. That's a perspective we've never seen. The soldiers. The closest we got to see a soldier was Lars and his buddy. And those are like high up generals. You really don't get to see what the people in the trenches think and feel. But yeah, I like this. I like this video. Let me know if you guys like this video as well. Thank you everyone for watching. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about these ideas that I laid out here. For everyone who made it this far into the video, you're awesome. I'll see you next time, and bye bye.